There is a Bollywood star named Poonam Pandey who just faked her own death for clicks. Or I guess it wasn't just for clicks. It was actually for activism, which makes it even worse. And it pissed a lot of people off. I had never heard of this woman before, but apparently she's kind of into the like soft core content.
Bollywood erotic actress Poonam Pandey decided that the best way to spread awareness for cervical cancer was to fake her own death over the weekend and piss a lot of people off.
Yeah, Barstool said she boasts over 1 million Instagram followers, so she's not a nobody by any means. People seem to like her work, and if you look hard enough on the internet, there are clips of her wearing zero clothes. So this is exactly the credible voice that you needed to promote your cause, which is cervical cancer awareness. Here is a quote from her death announcement on Instagram. "This morning is a tough one for us. Deeply saddened to inform you that we have lost our beloved Poonam to cervical cancer. Every living form that ever came into contact with her was met with pure love and kindness.
Here's what she looks
like. In
like
this time of grief, we request our privacy while we remember her fondly for all that we shared."
Here's what she looks like, if you were wondering.
Yes, there she is.
Well, look, guys, I know personally that I always say that you have to be, it's not enough to just not be an activist. You should be actively anti-activist. I might make an exception for her. I'm just saying. Maybe
yeah,
not.
So a day later, it was announced that her death wasn't real.
Nope.
It was all fake, and it was to start a conversation about cervical cancer. She did this in collaboration with a media company called Hotterfly and a digital marketing agency called Shebang. And they released a statement saying, yes, we were involved in the initiative for Poonam Pandey to spread awareness about cervical cancer in collaboration with Hotterfly. To start off, we would like to extend a heartfelt apology, especially toward those who have been triggered as a result of having faced or having a loved one face the hardships of any kind of cancer. Our actions were driven by a singular mission to elevate awareness about cervical cancer. In 2022, India registered 123,000 cervical cancer cases and 77,000 deaths. Cervical cancer is the second most frequent malignancy affecting middle-aged women in India.
Yeah.
Many of you have been unaware that Poonam Pandey's own mother has bravely battled cancer. Having been through the challenges of battling a disease like this at such close personal quarters, she understands the importance of prevention and critical awareness, especially when a vaccine is available.
There it is.
There it is. That's what this is all about. She's trying to get women to get the Gardasil vaccine. At least that's my best guess, because Gardasil presumably prevents the contraction of HPV, and persistent HPV went untreated leads to most cases of cervical cancer. So she is trying to raise awareness about this, but claims that no big pharma companies are involved in this and they're not profiting from it, at least not directly.
Dubious claim at best.
Dubious. So they released an article, and they also made a website called PoonamPandeyIsAlive.com. Yes, she is alive. Apologies for this drastic step, but cervical cancer awareness needed our attention. Thank you, guys.
What's worse? Doing it for a cause where all the money is going to end up in people's pockets rather than actual research, or doing it for the release of your new like pop single like Lil Tay?
I would respect it from Lil Tay more, honestly. Yeah. Because she's saying, you know, this is for awareness. Now look at us. We're all talking about cervical cancer. And I'm like, no, we're all talking about you and your stupidity.
And your stunt.
It didn't actually work the way you wanted it to. And all of the comments are very mad. One person said, I'm happy she's alive, but please arrest her for this drama and publicity stunt. And yeah, they're basically mad that she's trivializing the issue, I guess.
I guess they see it as shock marketing, and shock marketing works a lot of the time to get people, at least the words have come back into people's train of thought, right?
This has kind of pissed people off more than I would think. Someone said, let's mass report her profile. Another said, hate from the bottom of my heart. Wow. Another said, I got my daughter in the ad to spread awareness, but this is not how you spread awareness. Another one said, celebrity? People know you from I'll remove my top if X wins a cricket match, or self-posted sex videos. So she's not exactly someone with a lot of credibility and respect in her culture, as you would guess.
I guess they would probably have a harder time getting somebody more mainstream to be able to do something like this.
Yeah, it's kind of odd to me that people immediately believed the death announcement.
Okay, so who was there was a couple of like death announcements that were fake recently that now I can't remember them. They just came up the other day, but I was actually thinking about this because we were discussing what you said. We were discussing about whether it's actually illegal to fake your death or not. And what it said online was basically like, it's not inherently illegal to fake your death, but oftentimes faking your death is partner with the idea of tax fraud, covering up a crime, getting away, like evading arrest or something like that. And I was thinking about it, like nowadays when all you're doing it for is social media clout, I wouldn't be surprised to see more people do something like this, because people will do a lot of things to get their name back to the top of the algorithm.
I mean, the time to fake your death for clout is kind of over already, because people are just going to see these things happen over and over again and not believe that it's real. I also got reminded of this story about a TikToker who faked having cancer to scam people out of donations on GoFundMe. And I also saw that back in October, she was not given any prison time. Faker, who claimed she was battling cancer and documented it on TikTok, pocketed GoFundMe donations, breaks down in tears as she is ordered to pay $39,000 in restitution, avoids jail after telling the court, "I did it to get my family together."
All she had to do was pay back the money she stole.
$39,000. There was only one additional fee of $1,300 on top of that, and no jail time.
That is insane.
I can't possibly understand. I know she's 20 and she's stupid, but I don't know. Being young and stupid usually involves, like, I don't know, drinking, partying, stuff like that. Yep. Not stealing tens of thousands of dollars from people on the internet by pretending that you're terminally ill.
That's insane.
Way worse than what this actress did, obviously, but it's not the way to get the public favor on your side, for sure. And it's not the way to start a conversation about an important social issue.
Well, it's definitely become a thing for people to fake, like, cancers and stuff like that now.
Yeah.
There was the one lady, she went all through it. She had to she shaved her head. She did all the treatments on top of, there was a couple of them last year.
Well,
not just this lady.
Talked about a writer on Grey's Anatomy who faked having cancer to everyone on the show.
To get jobs, to get more work, because Hollywood is part of the woke agenda. It's like, you are valued because you have some type of ailment, because you've been through something, rather than
you have a story to tell.
Rather than valuing someone for their actual talent.
Right. So she was just exploiting the already exploitative system in Hollywood to begin with. But let's take a look at Poonam Pandey's apology video to announce to everyone that her death was faked.
Is it the first one here? The one in
the
blue?
article?
Okay. Here we go.
Yep.
I'm alive.
The dramatic violin.
Dramatic music.
The tiniest violin.
Say that about those hundreds and thousands of women who have lost their lives because of cervical cancer. It is not because they couldn't do anything about it, because they had no idea what to do about it. I'm here to tell you that, unlike other cancers, cervical cancer is preventable. All you have to do is you have to get your tests done, and you have to get HPV vaccine. We can do all this.
This is the worst vaccine shilling. This is worse than Travis Kelce's Pfizer sponsorship.
You have 1 million followers. Just tell people to do it.
I guess that wouldn't have gotten as much attention.
Please log on to www.poonampandeysalive.com.
This is literally worse than Travis Kelce's Pfizer sponsorship. The lengths that you will go to shill a vaccine.
The money must be great.
I don't know. She's claiming that she wasn't paid for this. She's claiming that no pharma corporation was involved.
Maybe I'm wrong.
And it's just because it's so personally important to her, due to the fact that her mother battled cancer.
Her bold act aims to a spotlight on the urgency of regular screenings, early detection, and the power of knowledge in conquering this silent threat. Join us in celebrating her resilience.
Okay,
her resilience and spreading this crucial message.
Let's just be honest. This chick is not really an actress. She's a porn star. And no one respects you anyway. So why are you trying to be some kind of important, sincere activist for an important cause?
Yep.
No one is listening to you, especially something that involves vaginas. No one can talk about your vagina in a different context than porn because you are a porn star.
And the shock market, I really don't think stuff like this is going to go away. I think that people have such short memories these days that they'll see the immediate benefit of doing something like this as worthwhile because a lot of people will end up forgetting. What will happen is people will forget, and then there will be a couple of comments in a year on every video that says, "Aren't you the chick who faked her death?"
Yeah, she'll get that forever.
But I'm not going to lie. I do actually find it maybe more abhorrent to do it for activism than to do it for capitalism. I would rather okay, guys, here's my statement for the day. Fake your death for capitalism, not for activism.
So you would say Lil Tay, she gets the stamp of approval.
Yes.
Poonam Pandey,
thumbs down.
Thumbs down. You lost this time. She's kind of posting apology video after apology video at this point, but is sticking to her guns and says that she did it because it's really important.
Olivia Claire in the chat says, it makes me not want to support a cause. Yeah, I think that would be a large part of the response to something like this, would be people saying like, look, just because what you did is so stupid and clearly emotionally manipulative, that we're not going to do that. Don't these celebrities always talk about how their social media platforms are their chance to connect with their fans in a very real way? Well, then you're using your fans' emotional connection with you in a very real way, and I don't think a lot of them will appreciate it. It's kind of like, remember when everyone was doing the thing where they would tell their boomer parents some celebrity had died?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they record their reaction because...
You think many of those parents felt good about that, about being humiliated on TV?
Well...
Or on their phones?
On TikTok.
On their TikTok?
Yeah. It's kind of
on their
mean.
internets?
I mean, I laughed at it, but it was mean.
Yeah. Like, hey, boomer.
Usually the public roots against cancer, but not here. People don't like feeling stupid. I've lost track of who's advising Pandey these days, but they for sure need to all be jailed. She's got to go to jail. Everyone got to go to jail. I'm no doctor, but faking your own death and making everyone sad to reveal only 24 hours later it was just a prank, bro, is probably not the best way to promote cancer awareness. I'm all for cancer awareness. We all need to get checked regularly, but this one is tough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This was on her Instagram story. It says, perhaps she had succeeded in achieving her objective. Cervical cancer has trended on X, formerly known as Twitter, as had the fact that it's treatable. I, for a fact, know people who signed up for preventative checkups. In a day, Pandey got more people to learn about cervical cancer than the medical community has through conventional campaigns in decades. Source, bro?
Where's the source?
Like, I'm going to need a source on that one.
I didn't see cervical cancer trending.
Now people are like looking it up because they're pissed about it. And they're like, I want to find out how I can give you cervical cancer because you're such a dick.
I'm just skeptical of the idea that she did this without a paycheck from some NGO, some kind of pharma company.
Look, if she's genuinely like some type of saint, I'm sure that that's fantastic. But most people are going to press X to doubt on that. Mm-hmm. They're not going to buy it. Sorry.
You're going to start seeing Stan accounts for cervical cancer now.
She's been...
you just made me pro cervical cancer.
She's been posting some defenses of her on her story. It says, in defense of Poonam Pandey, a controversial figure has often been at the center of media attention. While her recent publicity stunt involving faking her own death was widely condemned, it is important to acknowledge that she has been involved in charitable work and has used her platform to raise awareness about social issues. I hate it already. I want celebrities to come out against social issues. I want them to come out and be like, look, I am pro cervical cancer. That's what she should say. Okay, I'm happy.
Okay, that's a little bit too far.
But the point is, I'm so sick of because it's never like, until you can completely divorce the ability to gain clout from these causes as a celebrity, it's very hard to buy into anyone actually caring. It just is. Like, I get it. I guess her mom died from cancer. So I guess there is a connection there.
I don't know. I think this is going to be a hard lesson for her about clout chasing on the internet. People are tired of it.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.